Evening. Right, we are back to it, and we're employing the use of the to-do list again. You'll notice last time... No, you won't notice last time. You may have remembered last time we were going to do this, now that this is a proper thing we can do. This being the tower at the end. Oh, hello, Vinny P. I am doing... poorly. But I will hopefully improve. I hope you are doing well, and welcome to the stream. I forget. No, this is not a horse area. That would have made it too easy, wouldn't it? Ah, well. So yes, we will do this, and then I do plan on exploring more of CAELID, but a few things have arose as I was, well, just dicking about, really, as is my wont. Annoyingly, they're things I may have missed now. They were sort of the kind of things you wander into an area and see, and then they might be gone. I'm doing okay, yeah, just wanting to chill and watch Elden Ring. Well, you're hopefully in the right place then. This is certainly Elden Ring, and people have claimed before that it is somewhat chill, depending on how it goes. CAELID doesn't seem to be the most chill area we've discovered, but we'll see how it goes. But no, there's a few things I came across, and I'm hoping I can recreate them, but not necessarily. One of the main ones was our old friend Hugh, the blacksmith, who didn't have anything different after we beat Godric, but then I went there off stream and I caught him praying, I believe, to Marika. And there was even a dialogue option to ask him about it, but I thought, oh, well, I'll save that until I'm on stream. But then I went back to him again and the dialogue option had gone. So, you know, I'm doing my best, but I feel like there's not a lot I could do there. Hopefully it might happen again. If not, we could always just look up what that dialogue is. But yeah, as for here, this mighty old place is apparently going to elucidate us as to what the runes do, the great runes. I can repeat his prayer here if you want. If you know it, then sure. Yeah, that's a good point. Have you played this before then? Is this a... I imagine most people have by now. I was a little late getting to this. But yeah, no, if you want to do that, by all means, I will read it out. That would be appreciated. But, yeah, and then there's another one which, another thing which I haven't actually checked whether I can recreate or not, so we'll have to go there and see. But it's annoying. I guess the only way I could have avoided missing those things is if I just literally didn't touch this before, in between streams sort of thing. But then I do want to finish this game sometime this year, so you know. I have actually started a new character to dick around with off stream, going faithy and all that sort of thing. And you realise a lot of things approaching it from the second time round, like... Ooh. No, not like ooh. Like the grafted scion seance that we fought at the start of the game. It doesn't change position. You start the game at the separate little island off of Stormvale that you could otherwise only get to via the portal. And it took me so long to get back there that I didn't recognise it when I did, but starting again I realised, oh, it's here. This is where you start, and then you die and wake up in the cave. I don't know what happens if you don't die, if you manage to beat the grafted scion at as your very first thing with no healing flasks or anything. I'm sure somebody out there has. But yes, Vinny P 316 very gratefully has told us what Hugh's prayer was, and it was as follows: Your divinity, have mercy and grant me forgiveness. The road is yet long, a god not easily felled, but one day, without fail, you will have... Sorry, it's not easily scrolling. But one day, without fail, you will have your wish. So please grant me forgiveness, Queen Marika. So, adhering to Queen Marika, a god not easily felled is definitely the interesting part there. Let me just get the stuff back up. Oh, and you've even told us his response if we got that dialogue option to ask him about it. His response to you asking about his prayer is this: those words were not meant for you. I may be prisoner to you tarnished lot, but my prayers are mine and mine alone. Well, I've had my say. I'll be more careful too. Oh, well, I'm very glad you did tell us that then, Vinny, because from what he's saying, it sounds like he won't be caught out saying that out loud again. Why you would say it out loud at all when it's meant to be private, I don't know. He does seem chained to the spot, so I mean his options are limited, but yes, Hugh is interesting. I definitely want to find out what his deal is, but as for this deal, two fingers, but not the two fingers in the round table. Another pair of two fingers. Is this the crazy hand to the master hand? These fingers seem dead. How many two fingers were there? It sort of suggests there should only be two, but I... Alright, that did a thing. Sweet. So I guess Renala didn't have a great rune, because we didn't have anything to do with this. I suppose she was an outcast and all the rest of it. It's not necessarily it. She has a remembrance, but not a shard of the Elden Ring. So raises all attributes. A great rune of the shard bearer Godric. Its blessing raises all attributes. Yes, this great rune is known as the Anchor Ring, found in the center of the Elden Ring. Okay. The first demigods were the Elden Lord Godfrey and his offspring, the Golden Lineage. Godfrey being the man who was stabbed in the intro, which I've now seen again because of this new playthrough, and sort of rejiggered my memory on that a bit. The first god to die, I think. Ah, Vinny helping us out again. To equip a great rune, go to the great rune section at a grace. To activate the effect, use a rune arc to gain the boost until death. Right, so now we know what all those things do, because that's been rather absent from our playthrough up until now. Okay, and presumably each of the shard bearers, you will get a different, their rune you take to the appropriate tower and get a different effect. Well, Godric's one seems just an all-round boost, which is handy. How many of those rune arcs do we have? 8. And those are just the ones we found. We can buy them, but they're not cheap, if I recall. Oh, Vinny again, helping us with lore now. Godwyn was killed on the night of the Black Knives. Godfrey was Godwyn's father and first husband to Marika. Easy to confuse, but it's important to keep them straight. Right, yes, see, okay. I had separated Godric and Godfrey in my mind, but I might have been mixing up Godwyn and Godfrey up until now. Yes, Godwyn we see in the intro, but if so, Godfrey was his father, and Godric is the grafted maniac who we dealt with last time. Right. Okay. As I said before, they really could have, differentiated these names a bit. I know they. I guess at least he wasn't called Godwyn Jr., so it could have been worse. But well, yeah. I guess we'll equip that. That's the only one we got. So then, if we want to use a rune arc, tell you what, let's stick it on our belt, so to speak, and I don't know, that's a hell of a thing to use by accident, but we haven't used much by accident. We'll try it out at I don't know, the next sort of major opportunity, I suppose. Cool. So that's that. It occurs to me I could have fast travelled. Would have been faster than taking the lift, but can I from here? Can I? Oh, I can while in motion even. Okay. So yeah, next where we want to go, appropriately enough, since we're talking about them, is back to where we killed Godric, and this is the one I'm not sure if I've missed it or I can recreate, but yeah. So we can cross off the Divine Tower. No, we can't, the pen's run out. Fucking typical. Oh no, there we go. Wonderful. So fucking old-fashioned, this. Okay, so he's still there. Is he going to replay his dialogue? He is. Good.
For a lord you were. Craven to the bone. Pushing me about like that. And after all that grafting, where did that get you? Look down on me, would ya? Godric, you filthy slug. Feel it. Feel it. Feel my bloody wrath.
So this is where Gostock ended up. I'm glad that, yeah, so that was what happened before. Obviously I didn't go and speak to him. Glad I could recreate that one at least. So I didn't actually know there was any of Godric left to stamp on, but apparently there is. Some sort of withered remains. Weirdly, the crown is somewhat intact, but yeah. So Gostock's having a field day there.
Oh, hello there. This weasel was... Godric was always looking down on me. He got what he bloody deserved thanks to you. I tell you though, what goes around comes around. He had an ugly heart, an uglier countenance, and met the ugliest of ends, eh?
And we can still buy from him. Although I'm not sure there's much we want now. We've got everything we want, I think. Okay, well. I guess that's you then. Oh, you're just going to keep at it. Alright, well, whatever floats your boat, I'll leave you to it. Vinny also filling us in on Renala. So, also you talked about Renala briefly. Renala had a great rune, but was not a demigod. The great rune she had, the rune of the unborn, was a very shitty part of the Elden Ring, and was given as a gift to her by her former husband Radagon. Right. Okay. I do recall that she was married to Radagon. We learnt that from our Turtle Pope friend. That's another two that I'm having to consciously separate in my mind, because we're going to a festival hosted by Radahn, but Radahn is not Radagon. The two might be related for all the fuck I know, but yeah. Okay, so we're piecing it together, sort of, with much help from Vinny. So there's a couple of caves that we sort of came across last time. I put a marker somewhere that I now can't find. It was for something relatively important. Oh no, there's one up there, because it was just... Because I'm just curious, really. There's like a long sort of pathway leading to like a tunnel, so I'm just curious what's up there. And then that's Keith's thing that he wants us to do. Oh no, that is the marker. Okay, fine. So yeah, just before CAELID, because I'm just curious about what's up in this tunnel. And also just to get us back into the swing of things. Vinny says, the voice acting in this game is cool, and I think all NPCs have a unique actor for each, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, no, it's not bad. Well, because there's quite a... Yeah, it's an expansive game, and voice acting, it soon adds up. I can't remember if they reused voice actors in the earlier ones. The obvious example of that is Skyrim, where it is infamous for it, but the earlier Dark Souls reused, I feel like they were pretty good on it, actually. If they did reuse any voice actors, the actors were talented enough to make it not noticeable, not easily anyway. Yeah, I know Dark Souls 2 had Peter Serafinowicz. Then obviously they bring back the same guy for patches, and as we discovered earlier, the voice actor for Domhnall is in this one as well. But I don't know if they've... I feel like they don't reuse them within the game, so they're pretty good on that front. And yeah, there's always something a bit unique about the... I've just noticed that's where the... In our HUD on the top left, that's where the Great Rune is now. I did wonder what that was for all this time. Also, yeah, I wonder what these are... If the small ones are called land squirts, I guess these are called land splooshes. I don't know. Dread to think. But, I've forgotten what I was saying now. Hello, you. You seem important. Nope. If you were, doesn't matter now. Nope. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, there's something unique about voice acting to this game. It's not a sort of regular NPC giving you a quest kind of thing, because of the very oppressive tone in all these games. Basically every NPC you come across is going to be slightly unhinged or eccentric in some way. And I think the voice acting reflects that. Like, famously in the early Dark Souls games, you couldn't get through a conversation with someone without them ending it with a sinister chuckle. You might have noticed this is not actually our claymore we're using. I found one greatsword we can use as a sort of dex-based person. Banished Knight's greatsword, although it's keen now, and we've also added the spell to it, which is pretty neat. Ah, another one of you chaps. Speaking of NPCs.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
I do like how, despite looking practically identical, all of these merchants have a sort of different personality. We've had friendly ones, standoffish ones, nervous ones.
All done?
No, actually, that was a mistake.
You again? I don't want it.
Ah, so he sells rune eggs. He also sells the cured meats, which boost immunity for things. Oh, that's always worth having. We really haven't used much in the way of arrows, but I do feel like I should get all those cookbooks regardless. Rift shield. Yeah. Blue crest heater shield. Ah. Alright, pretty standard. I don't imagine it's better than our brass one, but good to know. Unfortunately, we have fuck all in the way of runes, don't we? And we haven't picked any up either. I'm sure we can sell some stuff.
You again? I don't want it.
You keep being surprised. I've barely moved 5 feet away from you. Right, what do I usually sell? These, because you pick them up everywhere, and shit tons of them. And then ingredients wise, there's a lot of this stuff I've barely used. Those are pretty common too. He says not actually wanting to sell that many of them. Just because I'm worried I'll fuck up, but golden shit you can find pretty much everywhere. How much is that now? Enough for the cookbook. We'll come back for the shield later. Sweet.
Well,
be on your way then. Yes, we are. So this is actually leading us away from the tunnel and where we wanted to go. Bellum Church. Oh, we've gone over the other side now. Aha. Hang on a minute, I don't remember there being 2 finger reader crones there. Oh, Bock has moved over there. Okay. Good for him, I guess. Why he has is unclear. If we're not careful, we're going to start exploring somewhere entirely else. I'll grab that though. Those are always good. Nope, still nothing from Melina. Don't know why I keep getting my hopes up, but cool. Weird way to enter a church, but you know. Who am I to judge their interior design? Oh yes, that was one other thing. We've picked up a new spell from somewhere. It was near somewhere we had already been, so I didn't think there was going to be much to it. But there was, it turns out. We will go there after this. Well, there's still not a lot to it, but it's something of note, and it's a bit confusing. But anyway, we got that spell from it. Ambush Shard, which essentially fires like a glintstone sort of shard, but behind whatever you're facing, which is kind of cool, kind of neat. Also, there's a lot of these things. cool. This could be a bit involved. Yeah, so we're just in the nadir, I guess, of a very tall valley. Oh, no, you fuck. I feel like something's ambushed me. Yep. Barbaric roar. Of course it would be, you pricks. When is it ever anything else? See, it looks really cool, but if you miss, it's rather a damp squib. Ah, a little princess. Hello, sorry for being late and missing so many streams. Work has been fairly busy. I have been on business trips. That's absolutely fine. It's always appreciated when you turn up, but I don't expect anything from anyone. It's purely a... Well, I was going to say a favour. That's not the right way to put it either. Basically, it's cool. I understand people... have their lives, but no, it's always nice to see people tuning in. Hopefully you've not been, I don't know, stressed silly from increased work and everything. There's a lot of that going around from what I hear. Okay, so that was the actual end of the valley, so I guess that was a bad way to go, wasn't it? If there's anything further, it will be up that ladder. Just wanted to check the actual perimeter, so to speak. These games like to hide things, don't they just? Noticing some... Well, not on those, but yeah, some carving into the ruins and stuff. And the telltale sign of pickaxes. Suggests it might be a mine rather than a... How the fuck did you get up here? I've told you before, you're a land octopus, not a sky octopus. And definitely not a wooden scaffolding octopus. Stay in your lane. Preferably don't have a lane, but if you have to exist. Visions of poison. Oh, good. Oh yes, this looks remarkably radioactive. I mean, it could just be regular glintstone, but it seems more green than blue. Wonder if that is anything different, or perhaps it's just the lighting. You know, they're very diligent workers. They really get engrossed in their occupation, which helps me out. And I guess this is a fairly advanced one. We're finding a lot of 4s and 5s in terms of the smithing stones. Handling stress is a job requirement, but I try to see it as busy times and profitable times. That's a good way to look at it, and I would imagine that's very often true. Or it should be anyway. Yeah, no, it's all what you can manage, isn't it? Mines, getting Lord of the Ring mine vibes here. Oh yes, possibly. Here's a horrible confession. I still need to see the Lord of the Rings. It's been on my list for ages, along with other things a film student really should have seen by now. Speaking of things that should have been seen by now, I got away with that, didn't I? I guess that little goblin hat is covering his eyes. I did read the message that said, why is it always group, but the ambush has not yet sprung. I can see one over there. You guys really failed this, didn't you? You could have planned this out a lot better. Oh! No, fair play. You had traps set. Luckily, I have 44 of these. And that's the first time we've used one. Okay, so I wonder if there's any way to spot those, or if that's just anywhere on the ground. You're in for a treat then? I wish I could go back and see them for a first time. So I hear. Well, I don't know. I suppose they're sort of divisive in a way. People either think they're some of the best films ever made, or they just really didn't click with them. Actually, I say divisive. It's not like a Marmite love or hate thing. It's either love or just meh, which suggests overall they are pretty good. I did see the first one when I was very young, when it first came out in cinema, and I thought, it's alright. Obviously, a lot of it went over my head at that age, but and so I didn't really go into the other ones. But I've since heard many people sing their praises, so it's definitely something I plan to get round to. But I've also heard them say, if you're going to watch it, watch the extended ones. And it's like, right, okay, so I need to set out an entire day for that. Which I'll do sometime. When I can no longer afford rent and all the power goes off. And how are you going to watch DVDs when the power goes off? You didn't think about that, did you? No, I didn't. Actually had a power cut here a little while ago. I think I mentioned that on one of the other streams, but it's a pretty rare occurrence these days. Although I read somewhere that we could be getting a lot of them this year because of the heat of the oncoming summer. It's apparently going to be a record-breaking summer here in old Blighty, which I feel like it is every year. Maybe just because England, we have such low expectations for summer, but apparently that could affect power outages and stuff, which will be great because knowing my luck, it will happen right when I'm streaming. In fact, it's about 2 years to the month since I started this streaming malarkey, and I remember still streaming Resident Evil 3 make during a very hot period, and just swelteringly hot, and back when I was trying to do 3-hour ones, and it was it was rough for quite a bit of it. Oh, you sneaky fucks. See, that is more the kind of ambush I was expecting from your other chaps, but they rather flubbed the execution. The literal execution, I suppose. Oh, fucking hell. I suppose once they go off, it's too late to try and look for what is on the ground. Oh, Christ. All for some grease lightning. That wasn't worth it, was it? All over the world, it is killing wheat and cereal crops as well. We are looking at a global famine if things don't improve. Jeez. I hadn't heard that much. But then, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat as me these days, where you have to kind of actively avoid the news a lot of the time just for your own mental health. But yeah, things are rough. Things are rough. It's not all sunshine and roses now that the pandemic is starting to wane. Even that, I feel like I don't want to jinx, but oh well, maybe playing this game will be good prep for this sort of apocalypse we might end up living in. So a mixture of goblins and miners in this place, seemingly. Oh, sweet. Now that we know they're useful and what for. In fact, that's as good a reason as any to use one. Reading the news is a large part of my job, so I am Depression News Central, unfortunately. Oh, well. I won't hold that against you. That's, What is your job, if you don't mind me asking, then? That's... Cause it just does sort of beg the question, but, yeah, I mean... Oh, sorry. Oh, no, it's one of those. Oh, I actually avoided it. Yeah, no, it's hard to avoid depressing news, even if you're not involved in it. Oh, I didn't expect that to get its own title title drop. Ruin-strewn precipice. But we're still only here. Huh. Could be we're somewhere important then, I guess. This man died with his cotton. Neat that there's one of these here. Hmm. I wonder if we aren't getting involved in something here. I thought this was a simple sort of cave type dungeon, but it's looking like it might be a bit more involved. Got plenty of upgrade materials at least, which is always nice. Oh hello, didn't see you there. Ah, didn't see you either. Vulgar Militia Gauntlets. Alright. Gloves worn by Vulgar Militia is probably going to be the description on these. Gauntlets worn by lean, mean and filthy militiamen, pretty much. Freshly singed battlegrounds, effusing with the stench of the dead, forbidden lands that will be excised from the memory of history. This is where the Vulgar Militia serve as untiring, unsung watchkeepers. Bloody hell, that's a bit more grandiose than I was expecting for some goblin gloves. So, forget I was here then, is essentially what you're saying. This place is damned. I mean, we've been to CAELID now, so I feel like there are more damned locations in this game. It's not exuding absolute fuckedness like some areas. Financial data analyst is the best way to describe it, but my role is a bit larger than that. fair enough. There's a lot of jobs these days that are sort of difficult to describe, and they seem a bit nebulous, or they kind of spill out into other things. I have a friend who studied engineering, and it feels like every time I meet up with him, I have to ask him, what is your job again? And he can't really tell me. At one point he said, I'm making something to do with like baked beans, and I'm working for Morrison's, but like engineering for Morrison's or something like that. And I was like, right, so what do you call that? And he's like, I don't know. Like, okay, fine. I guess a lot of the times these days it's just good to have a job, and then you don't much care what it is technically called. And I think... Oh no, not another one of you. I think also people have got a bit used to... they've simmed through the potential facade of a fancy sounding job title. And that no longer necessarily impresses anyone. I feel like the turning point in that was when Subway started calling their employees sandwich artists. And the world sort of collectively said, okay, so this is just... job titles are just meaningless now, are they? Oh, hang on a minute. No, you are still one of the bats. For a second there, I thought it was singing like one of the bats, but was more of a person. I mean, they are a bit more of a person, but she's still going to attack me, is the bottom line of this. Yeah, there we are. You were sitting on your wings is the only difference. And also, fuck off the other two that just appeared out of the ether. Sorry, the other 5 that just appeared out of the ether. Oh, fucking hell. The goblins wish they had this kind of ambush. And we still haven't used the rune arc. We were meant to. Shit. Oh, fuck off. No. No, I need that. That's my face. Damn it. In before we just waltz into a boss fight. Well, didn't have to be a boss fight to kick our ass, apparently. Very lucky that we had this checkpoint. Right, before I forget again. Okay. And Vinny reckoned that this will last until we next die. So... that's a good, because we could potentially not die for a long while. Well, hopefully. And, shit damn. That's quite considerable, actually. I think... yeah, that's... it said raise all attributes. It's increased them all by 5. Which is considerable. Damn. Yeah, because unless we... I don't know how many more... actually, yeah, no, what am I saying here? What I was going to say was... because what I was thinking about after last time was whether or not I was going to level up anymore, because I keep worrying that I'm over-leveling. But then we are still dying to things. In fact, we're still dying to fairly low-level bat enemies, so... you know... it's not all... I feel like it's kind of hard to be over-leveled in these games, or... certainly are in some points, and there's a lot of the game world we still haven't seen. It is possible that the Bellum Church and everything, where we're heading into now, is actually of a sort of higher level than CAELID. That's possible. Ooh, didn't spot you before, ladder. Okay, try to remember there's a ladder there and come back to it after we deal with this. The singing one was bait. She certainly was. And yet we fought them before. And I feel like every time we just fuck it up. Right. I know you two pricks are here. I feel like the others... Because things rarely spawn actually from the ether in this. They usually are actually... Yeah, exactly. You were there the whole time. Power of hindsight. Shit, can't reach. Now that's 4 of them. I feel like there were more, but can't immediately see them. Okay, feel like we can take her now. You're singing shit. It's a shame it just fades out. I wish there was like a abrupt interruption of it. I suppose it would rather disrupt the tone somewhat, but you know, funny though. Oh, I wasn't sure if that one was alive or not, but I've noticed them do that before. They just die and start headbanging. That one also presumably not alive, but still just flapping about. I can relate. I often wake up and feel like I'm not really alive, but I'm still flapping about. Right. Ah! Right, as I was saying, there's a thing over here, and I imagine it's incredibly simple to get to. There's nothing precarious about this. See, and you can't even go all the way round, because then you will fall off. It's jumping back now, that's the difficult part, because I can't get a run up. Oh, I didn't notice you there. Because I hate you so much. God, this is... I want to explore all of it, but it's difficult to do that all in one go, and I want to limit backtracking, obviously, so... Before we go any further up... What was down here? Can hear more of them singing. Free bird. Suppose they might find it offensive playing free bird. They never think it's a song request, they just think it's a personal attack. Oh, hello. You got a shitty shift, didn't you? All the others get to work actually in the mine, and I don't know, maybe you prefer the breeze outside, but... Health and safety, there should really be a handrail here at least. Okay. I guess that's where that leads then. It's almost nice sometimes when things are a dead end because you can start to get overwhelmed by the many paths. Handrails cut into profits. You're not wrong. Yeah, if anywhere's going to be a bit lax on the standards, I feel like it might be a place that's actively losing its mind. I mean, Godric was the worst for that, clearly. If anyone's going to unionise, it's going to be Gostock. Okay, so, moving forward. How are the you fucking things up here? What is giving... I mean, if there's smaller ones, it suggests there must be a bigger one somewhere, but... that just raises the bigger question of how that got up there. I have actually seen a bunch of articles, but I haven't read them, that people have not translated, but somehow worked out what these bat women things are singing. I don't know if it's an actual language or they looked into the game files or it's an interview with one of the creators or something, but they apparently figured out what they were saying. Which was a bit stupid to bring up because as I say, I haven't read the article, so it's I can't tell you what they are saying. I imagine it is either nonsensical or solemn. When I say nonsensical, I mean sort of cryptic. Because obviously if you can't understand it, it's nonsensical, but... that one even had headwear on. That is cryptic. Who's fashioning hats for bats? I mean, it's a catchy shop name. But, I can't imagine you have a huge clientele. Christ almighty, this just keeps going up, doesn't it? He said about a lift, which shouldn't really be surprising. I just thought it was a tunnel. I just thought I was going to get some stones and fight a thing at the end. I didn't think I was going into the fucking centre of the earth. Oh, bloody hell. I don't know about all this. Seems a bit ooh la la. I can tell they're singing in Latin, so it should have a true translation. Oh. It's always interesting when anyone joins these streams because they always have greater expertise and knowledge than I do. People always bring better trivia to these things. So it's Latin. That is interesting. Yeah, so I was not fortunate enough, or unfortunate enough, to be taught Latin in school. Great Horned Tragoth. That is a farcical hammer. Well, we may call upon your services, but first I'm going to see what the fuck this even is. I may also chug this for moral support. Okay, ominous, to say the least. Oh, it's not a fucking dragon, is it? Of course it is. Oh, no. Magma worm? Macar. Oh god, get out of the fucking lava. Okay, not quite a dragon. I know we've had drakes before. I feel like this is the first time we've had a worm. Okay, interesting. I feel like we can do this, maybe. I don't know, actually. We haven't seen nearly any of his moves yet, so... I'm sure he can hit us with that tail. Yep. Well, not sure what he hit us with there, but... Oh, and he's more than happy to spew it behind him. He's certainly not hurt by his own magma guff. How do you feel about magic? Actually, what might be more potent, how do you feel about ice? It's going to be you either super hate it or you're unbothered by it. Oh, hang on, what are you doing now? More of the same, but the longer the charge up, the more... Oh god. Oh fuck. Okay, look where I'm going. It doesn't seem to be doing as much. I know it has a build-up effect, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it. You're acting less like a worm now. You're almost standing on 2 feet. Oh, that was my head. What the fuck? How? What exactly was going on there in terms of physics? You spinning on your ass? Yeah, we're not getting the frost build up on him at all. Give up on that, I think. I don't know if I have time for this. Kind of. Ah, shit. Hello. Gotcha. Neat. And we got a dragon heart. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to use that sword. I feel like I say that about everything we pick up, but it is also usually true. Usually when I say it, it's because I think it will have too high a strength requirement, and then when I look at it, it's actually because it has a faith requirement. And, of course, it's both. Why is... I'm saying this about everything we pick up. Why is this a faith weapon? It was a magma worm. I didn't see it praying. Maybe this will explain it. Curved greatsword wielded by magma worms. Magma worms are famously pious and never miss their Sunday service. The shape resembles a dragon's jaw and is covered in hard scales and Bible pages. It's said these land-bound dragons were once human heroes who partook in dragon communion, of course. A grave transgression for which they were cursed to crawl the earth upon their bellies, shadows of their former selves. And magma guillotine sounds metal as fuck, but we can't see it, so... Tough shit. Fucking everything in this game is somehow religious. I feel like the dragon stuff should be just like other, you know? Or arcane, if anything, but no. It's everything's religious. Just looks like I'm dive bombing into puddle water, really. Watch out for that banana skin. What banana skin? Whoa! What? Anyway. Oh, so they're Catholic. There's several things you could be insinuating there, but also, why is this not an option? What's going on here? What haven't I? That's curious. What's... Okay, hang on. Let's look at the dragon heart before I forget about that. Ingredients? Key items? There it is. Gain power of the dragon at the Dragon Communion altar, which we have been to. Dragon heart seized by a dragon tracker, riddled with gravel stone. This grotesque organ continues to beat vivaciously. An offering used in Dragon Communion. Consume a dragon's heart at the altar to make its power yours. While a terrible and savage-looking thing, the heart has a peculiar beauty to it. If you say so. But Dragon Communion, as we have found out, also requires faith. So that's a bit of a... I don't know why this is... This feels like a bug. Why this site of grace is defunct. Hopefully we can come back to that. Very pious, always attending Mass on Sunday. My grandma could be on her deathbed and still want to go to Mass. Yeah, no, I guess that is true, yeah. Catholics take that shit seriously. What's that? You're turning into a lava-spewing dragon? Well... You still have to put a suit on and go to church. Oh, this is the Atlas Plateau. Okay, fuck, okay, we're here now, I guess. I would really like a checkpoint here, but we've just bypassed one that didn't work. Yes, I was raised sort of Protestant myself, which is kind of like being raised nothing at all, religiously speaking. Sort of low energy. The lowest energy of any religion, really. So, I was kind of told the Atlas Plateau was at the foot of the major Erd tree. This doesn't feel like I'm going to be at the foot of anything. This feels like I'm halfway up. Damn. Okay, someone's caravanning holiday hit an abrupt end. The fuck's going on over there? That... okay. That's clearly not meant to be happening. The Atlas Plateau is a strange place. Well, maybe this one will work. So we're going to become a dragon. That would be cool. It would be cool. Unfortunately, I don't think we can. It did have a low faith requirement, but we haven't put anything into faith, so... I suppose if we really wanted, we could... Technically, using the rune arcs and stuff, we could have enough faith. I think it only required 10 or something, or at least to start it. We can talk to Melina. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Gather round, everyone. Gather round. It's a blue moon. The fucking NPC that I thought was way more integral to this game has returned. Oh, okay, you're coming from that side.
The Erd tree is close.
What gave you that idea?
Further till the foot of the Erd tree, and the accord is fulfilled. It takes me back. I was born at the foot of the Erd tree, where Mother gave me my purpose. Though now, everything is lost to me. I have to ascertain for myself the reason for which I live, burned and bodiless.
Well, only because I've started a new game do I remember that she, yes, initially asks you to take her to the foot of the Erd tree. Which maybe is why we haven't seen her that much, because I've been pissing around all over the other places. But, yeah, sorry Melina, you're going to have to wait even longer because we're going back to CAELID. But, yeah.
Shall I turn your runes to strength?
I've been doing it on my own for ages, like, it's...
For but a moment.
This is
Share them with me.
If you just want...
Thoughts,
Shut up.
your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
Look, if you just want to hold my hand, you can just ask. Because clearly you don't need to do that for me to level up. Anyway, let me sort my chest out. As many a woman has asked me to do. Chuck that in the box along with everything else we can't use. Oh, bye. Fucking... They don't teach you any manners at the foot of the Erd tree, clearly. Well, Atlas Plateau is going to be... Rocky Mountain Autumn place. So that's cool. But we're not there yet. She is still a thing, apparently. Every time I'm amazed that that prompt comes up. But yeah, no. I guess maybe just because, I don't know, she's the first NPC you sort of come across, it doesn't necessarily mean she is as important as I perhaps thought. I thought she... I don't know, it's weird. And because I'm also going by the other games of, you know, the fire keepers and everything, they always seem more important. Wicked sort ahead, because... Like, is this fucked for everyone? Is that the thing? Don't know what's going on there. Still can't interact with that. Alright, fine. Well, that's cool, I guess. We ended up somewhere by accident. Every other one of those tunnels on the map where it's been a kind of a flaming hole, so to speak, it has just been a tunnel. It's never led into an entirely new area, but Yeah, apparently it did this time. So, where was this thing with the place I stumbled upon? Because I stumbled upon a few too many things. That was it. It was near here. That'll do. And then after this, I promise we will go back to CAELID. It's been over the half a stream without CAELIDness, and I sort of apologise for that. Although, I don't know, maybe you hate CAELID, in which case, you're welcome. But yes, checking the list, that is pretty much everything. Anything else is, well, I was going to say caves and tunnels and things, but apparently I can't ascertain what is a cave and a tunnel and what is a major plot progression anymore, so what appeared to be caves and tunnels, let's say. So, I believe it was over here. And yes, so we're back here near the walking mausoleum, wandering mausoleum. Apparently we just never checked this area, because I guess it's somewhat unassuming, although this is a bit more noticeable. That fucking thing just appears at you. And then it carpet bombs the whole place. All the while, our fellows our fellow birdcage wearing people are firing arrows at us. But that's not what we're here to see. What we're here to see is past all these pricks and down here. If we can ever fucking go there. And so yeah, I don't feel like well, I guess I spoilt the surprise of this on myself, but I came down here and I expected like a chest with an item in. What I found was this.
It will do no good, I swear it. And yet you persist. You frothing degenerates.
More of the same. So that's weird. Clearly some torture shit going on down here. Now you might be wondering who that is, because so am I. It sounds and looks like Selen, doesn't it? Who would have been our teacher if we'd gone in the right sort of order about these things. But confusingly... Oh wait, hang on. In fact, yes, it even says it's Selen there. But at the same time, we can go back here, and she is still there, very much untortured and still selling us spells. So I don't know if that's a bug, or if she is astral projecting, or if one of these is an impersonator. I suppose that's possible as well. I feel like these games have done that a few times. And yeah, also clearly... not sure who put her down there and imprisoned her and tortured her. Like I said, I didn't expect much from this area, and I just sort of wandered in and was like, it's just a massive headfuck. More questions. Which is this game's MO, to be fair, but you know, can't go anywhere in this game without fucking stumbling upon something, which is good for everyone except people trying to stream it and not miss stuff. But anyway, so can we free them? Poor thing. Well, see, that's the thing. If I swipe. Yes, swipe would have been a fine word to use, but you doubted yourself. If I swing at her, it's either gonna hit her and kill her or free her, and I don't know which. You do know which. She's down here. No, I guess it's worth a shot, isn't it? I mean, we've not got anything. We're not actually, for want of a better phrase, using her for anything else. We've bought all the spells off her we want. I guess we'll see then. Okay, that doesn't free her. Sorry about that. Yeah, you just kind of lump that in with all the rest of the torture, I suppose. Can you not see that it's me, your pupil? Hello? No? Okay, so we can hit her in the face, but we can't free her. That's annoying. At some point I will have to look up what her questline is supposed to be and how that's supposed to go, because this feels a bit... Well, we approached it out of order, but it... like I say, something seems buggy or off there, but who can say? But anyway, questions for the future, or for never, depending, because that's how this game works. Back to CAELID and all the fun of the fair, or the festival rather, which we still have to find. I can't remember what Blythe said, if he actually gave us much direction. I think he said at the far end of CAELID, which doesn't really narrow it down. How far does CAELID go? We've seen that far end of it. I guess it doesn't go further than there, but that's still a long way. It's also very strange being here where you can now see Limgrave and Liurnia, and like you can just see an entirely different landscape of greenery and non-fuckedness, and it's quite strange. Because you can't really see CAELID from Limgrave, or at least not anywhere that I've been. So yeah, it's odd. Right, work out where I'm going with this. There's the place with the big jar. We could go and see Big Jar. Or we could wander off into the... Well, there's a crone there apparently. So let's try for that. That feels like where we came from. I don't know. We can't explore this worse than we explored Liurnia by fucking sprinting through most of it, dodging lobsters. I guess we'll be sprinting through this one, dodging well, everything. Oh, you're there by the firewall. Oh, I realised what these telescope things are now. They are kind of actually telescopes. They give you a bird's eye view of things, which is, I mean, usually helpful and somewhat inspiring. Here, less so. Yeah, I guess sort of shrouded in fog and that, difficult to see. But yeah, there's Godric's Divine Tower and everything, so that's where we've come from. Here we are in the mouldy horror that is here. That's a place. We can't see Big Jar Man from here, it seems. That might be where the festival is, for all I know. Or maybe it's up there. It could... Or maybe it's over there. There's castles at every sort of farthest point here. Kind of like Australia, people are only settling around the coast. Everywhere else is fucked. No offence to any Australians, but, you know.
You, please, I can read them.
Yes, you all say the same thing.
Are you one for festivals or flowers?
I guess festivals?
South, a grand festival to make the stars turn.
I mean, I do get hay fever, but I also don't like people, so it's a bit of a toss-up.
The heart and bud
Oh, hang on.
of a
East.
flower to be. But dare you enter into the heart of the scarlet rot?
You're egging it on a bit.
You're
Feel like you're overacting here. Sorry, I just wanted to catch where she said
to the south.
to the south.
A grand festival.
Where the fuck is the south? Oh, the way we're facing. Great. Alright, shut up. I don't care. Go away. Okay, to the south. So, the festival is over there somewhere. And then to the east is the heart of everything, and the heart of the Scarlet Rot. I mean, there's a big pool of horrible shit over here. That could be where everything's coming from. Let's go southeast. See what happens. So yeah, festivals or flowers. Well, I'm gonna guess neither are good in this game. Oh, that's further down than I thought. That's actually like a whole swamp area. Is this... I guess this is Blighttown. This game's equivalent of Blighttown. Oh look, mushroom people. Toxic mushroom. That's not surprising.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way.
Wow, your voice carries. He's just very good at projecting, I guess. Hello. Makes sense that there'll be one of you here, but you got the short end of the stick.
Welcome,
Hello.
valued customer. Come, trade in our wandering emporium. Please, buy something. I'm hungry. I've been hungry so long. Please?
Yep, pretty standard. Walk into any shop in 2022 and you could hear something similar. Okay, he sells poison things. That's not surprising. That's new. Different kind of butterfly. A butterfly with withered scarlet wings found in the swamp of... in the swamp of... Aonia? Aonia? Oh god, my eyesight. Is that even an E or a C? I feel like it's an E. According to myth, these butterflies were once the wings of the goddess of rot herself. Okay. I'll take one, please. Do I want one? I mean, if I can just find the butterflies in the swamp. I don't know. Alleviates scarlet rot build-up. I feel like we might need those. I will take some of those. They're fucking expensive, but we'll see.
Ah, how nice.
Okay. Sounds like he's smoking 40 a day, but I feel like anyone in here still capable of speech would. Would, rather. I put a weird emphasis on that. None of this looks all that inviting, if I'm honest. Well, these usually have some lore on them. The Battle of Aeonia, Redan and Melania locked in stalemate. Then the Scarlet Blot. It could have been called the Scarlet Blot, but it's not. It's called the Scarlet Rot, and it blooms. Okay, so those are the two we saw fighting in the intro, and it seemed like this place was fucked, or the landscape looked red anyway, where they were fighting even then, but was it their fighting that caused the Scarlet Rot? Like the warfare was fucking up the environment that much that this is like a sort of radioactive waste type scenario? Or, I don't know, maybe the gods are displeased and sent a plague to, you know, discourage warmongering. It could be that for all I know. It's nice that there's still a main road, if nothing else. Berserk vibes. I imagine all of these games give Berserk vibes. I've not read it, but I've heard from many that they're heavily influenced by it. In fact, I think I've got like the first volume of Berserk actually. I'm just so terrible at getting around to reading anything. Oh, I didn't notice you. Shit, okay, so I get Scarlet Rot build up even when I block them. That's worrying. You know what, I should put that healing stuff on a sort of quick select, I think. We have 10. Oh. What would you be called? A land squat? A land... Oh god, you're even more fucked up than the normal ones. Yeah, no, you know what? You're not worth it. Why am I going down into this place? This feels like the worst idea. But there must be something down here, right? Is it just stepping in this gonna... Okay. Yeah, this is 100% the Blight Town equivalent. Although I would argue it's even worse because at least Blight Town was like a slow poison thing. Scarlet Rot sounds bad. It sounds bad. We haven't actually had it yet, so. That said, oh yeah. No, Torrent's just immune to everything. Oh, cool. Well, that's handy then. I wonder if that's intentional or not. Oh. Fuck, that one disappeared way quicker than I thought. Oh no, he's over there now. Oh, you're going to lead me into something horrible, aren't you? No. Why am I doing this? I can tell that this is... What's going to come out of there? I don't like this. I don't. Ah. Okay, take me back over here. Fucking thing. Why do I keep trying to hit it with melee? That's probably the problem here, isn't it? Gotcha. Poisonous mist. Makes sense. Could be useful. Oh god, for something about this just looks terrifying to me because I feel like something massive could come lumbering out of here. And yet, no, the fear was all in my head. Fear is the mind killer. So is anxiety. But that doesn't sound as cool, does it? CAELID. Right, I see, yes, because they're technically considered different areas. Who was sitting here and watching shit? Literal shit. Front row seats to the fucking poison swamp. Well, it's gross as fuck, and I don't quite know what I'm looking for here. I guess I'm just exploring, but with an immense sense of trepidation. What? I didn't get off the horse there, it took me off the horse. Why did you take me off the horse? What's... Invaded by Millicent. Oh. Of all the places. Alright, well you can come and fight me on the mushrooms. No, not you. Wait, what the fuck? That looks like... Alright, fine. That completely threw me, because that looks like Melania, or whatever. From the intro. I've not just wandered into her, have I? Surely not, because that would... I suppose it's not impossible that she's not a boss fight. Maybe she had underlings and soldiers who wore similar armour? Maybe. Because that was one thing I noticed, that the few soldiers who aren't dead here that we've come across have got a kind of red, I think, lion sort of crest emblazoned on their stuff. And their colour scheme is like red and blue. So not green and red like Godric's boys, and not blue and something like Renala and all the Leonites. I don't think anyone's ever called them Leonites, but I've decided to. So that's possible. Yeah, that really threw me for a loop. Obviously we're going to try and get our runes back. Sacramental blood makes it sound like it wasn't a choice to sit there. That's possible. Just because you're in a chair doesn't mean you want to be. People can be tied to chairs. Okay. I'm going to switch back to a weapon I'm a little more familiar with. You didn't actually have a weapon in mind when you said that, did you? No, which is still better? Is it the cold flail or... Battle axe is still good. The thing with the battle axe is just the poor reach of it. Let's go back to claymore, I think. At least we got a pointy jab that way. Okay. So I guess those are just geezers of gumph. Gross geezers. Speaking of, hello gross geezer. Let me see it, if only one last time. Your splendid blade dancing amongst the scarlet rot. I feel like you weren't talking to me there. Okay. Get in and get out. If possible. They're going to get us off the horse because of the whole invasion thing. There we go. But that is not technically a fog wall or anything, from what I can gather. Hello, whoever you are. Ah, shit. I don't like this. Damn it. Whatever it is, we got it now. Yep, health going down. Oh god, I don't have time to... Fuck off. I've got a disease. Although presumably so do you. Well, at least there wasn't a range limit on that. Oh, Jesus, okay. That's a thing. Alright, you're a flippy fucker. The other one doesn't seem to have followed, so that's good. I can do flips too, sort of. Or spins, anyway. No, you don't. I mean, you did, but don't. Ah, you only had the one, you fuck. You fucking idiot. No! Oh, those were all my limbs. Why couldn't you hit me in the part that wasn't my limbs? Well, hopefully our runes will... It's like 30 seconds from where you were, so they should be right next to us, in theory. I probably shouldn't be wandering into the most ominously described place in the entire game with an amount of runes that I don't want to lose, but I never claimed to be an intelligent person. In fact, according to this game, I may only have an IQ of 45. Did we get the runes at least before she killed us this time? Yes, we did, yes. Which is still only like a quarter of what we need for a level up, but I don't know. I don't even know where it is now that triggered her coming back. I can't really see any structures or like things to find. I guess there might be something in the middle of that twisted mess, but apart from that, it's unclear. I feel like it should have triggered by now. I guess I've gone in a different direction. Ah, there's some ruins of something. Let's head that way, if possible. That feels like a fucking trap, putting one of those there. Like, it's not a trap for anything except dithering about and spending too long in the rock. But, you know. Oh, okay, hello. Really? You're gonna poison me on top of this shit? Ah, fuck off. Right, ow. What, you're dead, fuck off, you can't be doing that. Right, where, oh no, there's another one. Where did this say this was? Street of Sages? Doesn't seem like a street, does it? Maybe it once was. Oh, hello. Fuck off. Ah, God. Damn, piss and shit. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Bad time. Bad time. Is there a finite number of you, or are you actually going to keep coming? I don't quite know what knocked me over there. Oh, fuck. Not two. No, I got both now. Shit. No, shit. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Piss, bollock, wank, crap. Okay. We're rid of the scarlet one. Why is the scarlet one going up? I'm not in anything. I'm not standing in anything. Why is this... Why am I... Look. Stone. Yes, thank you. It's not coming out of the stonework, is it? Is it? Jesus. Okay, oh, hang on, we've got stuff for poison, haven't we? We just haven't got it on our main thing. Okay, good. Keep moving. Safety. Questionable if anywhere's safe here. Rock sling, and that's a purple one for whatever that means. Summons rocks from the earth and sends it flying. One of the glintstone sorceries that manipulates gravitational forces. Pulls a clump of rocks from the earth and sends them flying. A gravitational technique studied by the young Radahn. His master was an alabaster lord with skin of stone. Oh. Radahn didn't strike... From the one image we've seen of him, he didn't strike me as a sorcerer. But apparently he can and will. Great. Because the sheer size of him in the intro and the two fucking massive swords weren't off-putting enough. Now he can throw boulders at us. Okay. Nope, that's not a way up. Oh, that's not a way down. This better be worth it. It's not gonna be. Yep, no. So the flowers are chill with this place, although noticeably I imagine that, yep, everything that were poison is replaced with scarlet rot here. So is that everything from the ruins? Seems like it. Well, no, we only checked that one part, didn't we, I guess? You fuck. I saw you and everything, I was just caught on the wall. I feel like you could hide a cave in here. That's what I keep thinking. Ugh. Fuck off. I'm only trying to pillage the place, but yeah, no, there's nothing in here worth having. Get out. Oh no, that was worth having. Fair point. Oh, traveller's garb and all that stuff. And a perfume bottle. Does that mean we can throw the herby, gunky alchemist shit like that guy in the Albinoric village was doing? It may in fact mean that. But I'm not sure now is the time to stop and investigate. Okay, I'm gonna consider these ruins explored. I think we've hit everything. If not, I'll look some other time. Ah. Oh, okay, and now Millicent. Now we're doing Millicent, okay. Now that I've lost sight of the shore. Shit. Alright, I guess we're doing it here. I don't know where the other one is. Well, that was way easier. Should have done that the first time. Ah, and there's the other one. Whoa, we got a shit ton of stuff for that. Golden Rune 10? Fuck me. She was the final boss after all. Hello, whatever you are. Yeah, no, you seem important, but you're not... I mean, you're not a pushover, but you're not... Ah. Now I know what you are. You're our friend that we found at the bottom of that dungeon. Oh, there's... Okay, yeah, Clean Rot Knights. This is where they would be. The other guy was out of his normal boundaries. Okay, well now we know what you are. You can kindly fuck off. We no longer need to be acquainted with you. Don't know why I went to the menu there. I had it in the quick menu. That was the whole point of avoiding doing that. Wait, why is it still going up? Game, I'm on solid... Look. Shrub, greenery, shrubs. Why is it going up? How much further do I need to be away from it? Jesus Christ. No wonder it's so pervasive. You don't even need to be in this stuff to get infected. I just want to grab the butterflies if I'm honest. Ah, fuck. Okay. Well, that's the swamp. I mean, it's not as big an area as Blighttown, which is something, I guess. I think. Well, I don't actually know, actually. Let's try and get that map thing, and then maybe we can get a better gauge of the place. Although it seems like it might be up rather than at the far end of the swamp. Ah well, give it a go. So, Melania is presumably leader of the Clean Rot Knights, because they all seem to have that kind of armor. Yeah, and she were fighting Radahn for reasons that we may know but aren't coming to mind immediately. Who was Radahn? Radahn was aligned with Godric, I feel like I want to say, but I could be wrong there. Which would mean Melania was... Melania? God. Because there's also Melon there, isn't there? So I'm getting all the words mixed up. Oh, great, there's a fucking dragon here too. I'm just looking for a fucking map. And trying to work out the lore. Is that another rotted giant skull? Yes, it appears to be, doesn't it? Map, CAELID. If that was genuinely just on a bit of paper, then that's the most miraculous survival in this than any in any of this place. CAELID. Okay, so whatever's up there is not CAELID, or is some... we could technically get the other map bit. Yeah, fuck it, let's go on a map adventure. So yeah, there's that. That could well be... That looks like it's sort of fortress where a festival might happen. Street of Sages ruins. Okay. So the Streets of Rage ruins. And... Actually, we can just fast travel there, can't we? Easy when you think about it. Because we'd technically already been there when we stumbled into CAELID after going underground. Which I suppose we did earlier than perhaps many people would in the game. This is getting intense, big baddies everywhere. Yeah, it's funny, we sort of... I don't know, as I was saying earlier, I originally planned to start this LP sort of as close to on launch as possible, along with sort of everyone else, just because I was interested in it, but The Long Dark was, as I perhaps should have guessed, long, so we were a bit late, and like as much as I tried to go in blind to it, CAELID is one of the things I just learnt through sort of internet osmosis, you know. Much like Radahn, it's just you hear people talking about it, and with a sense of reverence, shall we say, and it's becoming clear why, because shit's fucked. As you said, it's intense, to say the least here. So we're going to try and go this way. Now we know what these are. These usually signal an Everjail of some kind. Though there doesn't seem like there'd be room for one here. So I guess they're not. They're just lining the path along with all these bombs. Okay. Oh, hello. I'm not sure how I avoid this. Yeah, that was wishful thinking, wasn't it? Okay, so we're actually heading towards the Palace of the Great Jar now, so I guess we're doing that. This was actually after the map piece, but if it's this way anyway, then two birds, one stone. This is awkward. Oh god. Don't step on me. Please. What did I just say? Oh, I need that. Ah, gotcha. Can I get the critical hit though, or are you fucked up proximity wise? You are. You're floating into the sky. That is not helpful for me, sir. Please obey the laws of physics, or this is going to be so much more difficult. That's not helping anyone, is it? I appreciate you might have heartburn, but that's your lookout. Okay, yes, as I was about to say, if I remember, there are two of them. At least two of them. Spiked Pallade Shield. That sounds cool. I'm guessing we can't use it. Strength 20? Oh, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but not currently. A large wind shield covered with spikes. Though relatively light, it lacks in damage negation. Oh yeah, so it does. Only 95. Designed to perform shield bashes, these attacks riddle the enemy with holes, earning it the nickname of Pard Shield. Because Pard means stab or something? I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate you giving us the time to read that, dear sir, and now we're going to try and either kill you or circumvent you. I'm not sure which. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, hang on. Raisins. Raisins for Torrent. We can't have Torrent dying. Run, 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 run. No! Wait. Ah, you can't shoot point blank with a bow and arrow. Or not particularly well, anyway. Fuck. Balls that up. Ah, not into the foot that he's stepping you with. Aha, this one we might be able to get him. Into the belly of the beast. Woohoo! That feels like a very Pyrrhic victory to do that gesture anywhere in CAELID, really. Okay, so where the fuck is this map? That's all I came down here for. Lost and looking for directions. It's all the way over there. What the fuck am I doing over here? Thought I was going in the right direction. This is why I need a map, because I'm so hopelessly lost. Oh well, as long as we don't die, I guess we've cleared out those two guys. Because I do want to return to the Palace of the Jar. Hopefully it will give us the actual name, and hopefully it will be as good as all the ones I've been workshopping. I just realised these were things. Gravel stone. It feels a bit redundant. There is a stone just called gravel. Maybe it means something different here. I guess I can pick up all of these on the way back. Not a wasted trip. That was. So yeah, I don't know what these guys are doing here then, because there's not an ever jail, so they're just train spine. Okay, I guess it must be this way then. Well no, it's technically saying it's that way. Maybe this wasn't an ideal place to fast travel to. Shit. Well, for the sake of exploration, let's at least try this way, even though I know what's down here and I hate it. No! Oh my god. I feel like the other ones didn't do that. Oh fuck! Okay. Oh bollocks. For a second I thought we could make that. Okay, there's some shit down there too. Intense really was the word, wasn't it? It's you try and avoid a giant feral albino sloth bear and you fall into a crystal magic spewing globe. I've had worse Wednesdays, but it's not the point. What? 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 Why are you so massive? That was just a health one? Okay, fine. Also, I thought the Steak America was meant to put me nearer by. Oh, it actually put me on the other side of this. That is weird and actually unhelpful for me trying to get my runes back, because they won't be down here. They'll be up there. Oh, are you guys actually being fighty? Oh, bless your cotton socks. Yeah, see, I won't be as smug if they actually wallop me now. Right, if you've quite finished. No, you haven't. Okay. Ah, fuck off. I do not want to be killed by one of these things. Right, is that all of you? Rocky ball bearing. Okay, well hopefully there's a way back up there that after dealing with this thing, assuming I can. You know what, fuck it. Don't take the risk with our runes at stake, I think. Okay, you're more... You've got more health than I hoped. I'm going to call the boys in since I can. I potentially can. It's been a minute. And I feel like long range is the way to go here. Have at him, boys. In your own time, of course. Yeah, he doesn't seem capable of much in the way of long range. It's just a gas spewy thing. It seems like what we fought at the Witchbane ruins near that I just showed you with Selen and everything, but I don't know. I can't see the sort of sorcerer faces meshed into it. Might just be the light, but oh yeah, no, it is one of those things. Okay, it was just dark. That was all. Not sure what it's spewing then. Magic dust, I guess. Cool, I guess that's good. Just a big fuck off crystal in the middle of all this disease. What does that mean? Fucked if I know. All I know is that my runes are back over the other way, which is a bit of a ball ache. Maybe I can horse hop up that. Oh shit. Don't get caught on the geometry though. This feels like a quick way of dying again, actually, thinking about it. Is there a way up? It didn't feel like... Oh no, where the fuck have we gone now? Yeah, supposedly, and yet I don't remember seeing this part of it. Well, it's not the main entrance to wherever that is. Aha! I knew there'd be a fucking cave somewhere. Celia Crystal Tunnel. You could sell me a crystal tunnel, but oh, that makes sense now. In my travels, you know the first dragon that we had a contention with? There were some ruins around there. Much like with Selen and everything, I thought I can explore them. This won't amount to much. I'm not spoiling anything on stream. There was a chest in there with one of the teleportation traps, and it spat me out here. Which is, you may or may not have noticed, why this was already discovered on the map. So yeah, once I got out here, I probably left because I was like, spoilers. But well, that's answered that then. And so our runes are probably going to be right next to the fucking sloth bear, aren't they? Damn it. It's not an easy place to get around, is it, CAELID? They've got that one main road, but there's really... transport links leave much to be desired. Oh, fuck me. Of all the places to put them. He's not facing me, so... Ooh, don't mind me. Oh, you actually didn't. Well, can't say I don't get lucky sometimes. It's just never in the actual real world. Okay, so we're back to square one of trying to find the fucking map. I feel like we'd be better off going to here and then going to the marker. Because where that is rather stuck in a valley again. Depending how quickly we can get this map, we will then investigate the Jar Palace, and then that sort of wrap it up, I think. Yeah. I don't know how involved the Fortress of Pots will be, but Ceramic Castle. Yeah. You've run out of other names, haven't you? No? Oh, Grail's Jack's where Garank is, so... Right. That sort of pieces that together slightly. Despite having a different name, I feel like it is still pretty much just CAELID though. Just a different area of it. This is where the Divine Tower is. It does feel weird that it ever rains here, but I suppose I should be thankful it's not acid rain. Dragon Barrow. Wonder if that's why it's called the Dragon Barrow. So Garank was up there somewhere? Seems to line up. Oh, well, up over fucking there somewhere. Right, cool. Well, we've got that entire bit of the map now, which is neat. There's apparently a minor erd tree there. Whole lot of something here. Don't know what that could be. Guess that's the swamp. Or no, maybe that's the swamp. Yeah, no, that's the swamp. Right. God damn. Oh, there's two. Right, yeah, okay, fuck. There's two here, and then there was the one we saw over by Garank as well. On the bridge. Yeah, that item isn't going to be worth it, is it? Fucking hell. Alright. I see you, and I will promptly leave you be. I would much rather fight a giant jar than deal with you. For now. Speaking of jars, and for an NPC we've seen even less than Melina. Don't know what happened to Alexander. The one friendly jar we've come across. We sort of met him that once and then we've never seen him again, seemingly. I wonder if we've surreptitiously accidentally fucked up his questline somehow. It's possible, I suppose. Oh, fuck off. I wasn't trying to... Oh, that's handy. No, that... Damn it. Not when you miss the critical hit. Oh, really? No, no, no. That's what I didn't want you to do. It's way too close to the merchant. I haven't even met him yet. He might not sell anything good, but I still don't want him to die. Feck. So, I don't know where the fuck I am now. Think we went this way? Is there a way up this hill without alerting that mouthy fucker? No, because I'll alert that mouthy fucker. There's no winning, there's no good way about this, is there? Okay, seemingly safe for the moment. Isolated merchant's shack. Yeah, no shit. The other one by the mausoleum was supposedly isolated. I feel like this one trumps it.
Well, there's been an age since I've seen a customer.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Help here at the end of the earth.
Dragon wound grease, bloody fingers, gravel, a pot, but not the most useful one. Those are useful. Lost ashes of war. Beast repellent torch. That'll be annoying if that's really good, because we've just upgraded the other one. A torch which burns oil infused with a special incense. The aroma pacifies wild beasts. Torches such as these were used to keep unwelcome beasts away from treasure troves hidden in caves. Could be worthwhile. Which is annoying, as I say, because I've upgraded the other one, but... Ah, and the samurai armor, which could just be cool to have. A gateway and a hidden cave. Fine, fuck it. Oh, and there's a spiked cestus. Or kestus. Why would you ever use the other one, I suppose? Why not? Which rather scuppers our chances of getting a level up anytime soon, but fuck it. Just because you're a pain in the arse to get to, so get everything we're ever going to need from you, I suppose. Could do more with more of those, but I don't know, we've got a few, we haven't used any of them ever. I feel like when I actually lose runes, it's, I can't predict it. Actually, why did I say he was a pain in the arse to get to? There's a site of grace right next to him. I can come back whenever now.
Have a safe journey.
That's fucking ironic, saying that here. How is your donkey even alive? So that's where Garank was, I think. Yeah, I think you can even see the crazy guard that he had, or maybe that's something else, but... A bit baffling that there are just sheep and stuff amidst all those. I guess no one fucks with the armadillo goats. They've evolutionarily learned that they will just roll away if they try to eat them. Very strange. I feel like you could make a very metal nature documentary in CAELID. David Attenborough's got to be looking for, like, ways to spice it up at this point, after all he's done. Then again, it might be the last one he ever does if he comes here. Sky shot. Sounds intriguing. Light bows and long bows. Archery skill performed from a low stance. Ready the bow, then fire an arrow high up into the air, arcing so as to strike the enemy from above when it comes down. Oh, cool. As I say, we really haven't used the bows that much, but if we do, that could be useful to have. Okay, so yeah, this is an interesting place. What is he guarding? Who knows? Fuck! Really? Okay, so yeah, you guys are back, but Jesus Christ. I guess he's good at his job, I suppose. So I don't really have an easy way down here, do I? No. Damn it. Okay, we might have to leave the jar town to next time because it's gonna take me an age just to travel back down there. Fucker. At least let me check my map. No, he's too aggro and he won't let me check the map now. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's the closest one. As I say, we shall do that next time. And that'll be presumably a good way to start the stream, getting punched in the face by a giant jar. Well, we've had a good look at CAELID now, and it's fun. Feels like the appropriate response to it. See, there's things dying over there that I'm not even part of. That's just what this place is. Anyway. Cheers very much to Vinny316. Helps if you can pronounce their name properly. Hard to give a shout out otherwise. And a little princess for tuning in and for all the many tips and trivia and just company and banter. Always appreciated. And yeah, so next time we'll take on the jars. That's all I've got to end with. As I say, I never have a good ending for these, so yeah. No, I'm not actually going to jump off a cliff. Because one, I've done that joke before, and two, I want to hold on to these runes. So, you know. I'll just go into a ball again. It's the only appropriate response. Right, cheers for watching.